Alright everyone, welcome to my WWE RAW review. And this was actually a pretty good show. I thought it was good. It was a lot of, I guess you could say downtime because a big event at Survivor Series just happened. And they're not really doing a lot right now. But they'll probably next week start building the TOC. So, this started. This is Raw review. This Raw happened on November 24th, 2014. I forgot to mention that. And we have JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. And the Authority actually came out, which is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Ironic, they're called the Authority, but they're not. They're not. They're not in Authority anymore. They're not even in Power. And they're upset. Stephanie McMahon says that you guys will laugh. We had the match won until Sting came out and made his return and stuck his nose in his business where he didn't belong. And she's upset that they're not in Power. And then Triple H says you guys find humor in our humiliation, and says that that this pretty much that we were the reasons everything flourished. They're gonna have to find someone that doesn't make the popular decisions, but the decisions that are best for business. And they say that this place won't last 3 weeks. That there will be no Raw, and no one will have anything to do on a Monday night, which I thought was awesome. And they said that they won't be able to get away from their failure. Get away from the real world and come watch Monday Night Raw. They referenced that pretty much, and I thought that was awesome that he said that. And they're gonna say that you're gonna wish that we weren't fired. And they leave. They go to leave. They even said that the John Cena's, the Sheamuses, and stuff like that aren't gonna be here next week. All the superstars won't be here, and I thought that was awesome. And then Daniel Bryan comes out. This was a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see him. And we haven't seen him, I think, since Money in the Bank kickoff. So I thought that was interesting. I don't even think we've heard anything about him since then. And he comes out and he does the yes chant to the Authority and rubs it in their face pretty much that they're not in Power and kicks them out of the arena. And this just made me thought that if he had been injured, he definitely would have been in that Team Cena versus Team Authority Survivor Series match last night. He definitely would have been. And he says that he's in charge tonight, and I thought that's awesome. He's running Raw. I wonder if every week they're gonna have somebody run Raw, and then they'll finally have like a permanent Raw GM. I think that's fine. And he has Team Authority come out. That would be Seth Rollins, the captain, Rusev, the United States champion, Luke Harper, the Intercontinental champion, Mark Henry, and Corporate Kane. And he says that he's going to be fair. He's not going to make their lives miserable because he's not the Authority. And he starts with Seth Rollins, and he says that since the Authority used to put him in handicap matches, he's going to put him in a 3-on-1 handicap match. Him teaming up with two other guys against John Cena and Dolph Ziggler. And thought that was awesome. And the WWE Universe gets to vote on the WWE app who they want to face, which really isn't true. They don't get to vote. And they have the option of who they want to vote for. They can either have who can team up with Seth Rollins. It can either be Luke Harper and Mark Henry, I think Corporate Kane and Luke Harper, or and this was a surprise, the J&J Security, which is Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. He always comes out with them. They only call themselves the J&J Security. And this doesn't make Seth Rollins happy. He said they're just security. They're not even good security, so he kind of goes off on him a little bit. And he's pissed about this. And then he gets on to Corporate Kane. And he's like, we used to be buddies. What would Dr. Shelby think about all this? Which I like the fact that he brought him up. And says that if I was in charge, you would be fired as the director of operations. So he is. And he's not now the director of food and other stuff. So now he's concession cane. He's going to be working at the concession stands. And I thought that was awesome. And somebody comes out and brings out popcorn and hot dogs. And that was awesome. Then he makes Luke Harper defend the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. So you can pretty much see where that's going if you haven't seen the show. And he gives something for Rusev. And Rusev has two options. He can either defend the United States Championship in a battle royal with everybody on the roster, or he has to come out with the American flag behind him instead of the Russian flag and cite the Pledge of Allegiance. And I thought that was awesome. So we're going to find out what happens with that. And then Daniel Bryan makes a match. He said someone wants payback from when you beat them at WrestleMania. And it's a big guy, and it's Ryback. So we get that match now, and Ryback comes out and attacks Mark Henry right off the bat, throws him into the post, bashes his head off the barricade a little. And we get that match, and it was pretty much a squash. Ryback hits a spine buster, and the Mihawk clothesline on Mark Henry for the win. And I wasn't shocked about this since he had gotten attacked before, but it is what it is. And then Triple H and Stephanie McMahon are backstage, and Stephanie McMahon apologized for letting Vince McMahon down because they run into him backstage. And Vince McMahon says he doesn't want to hear that. He is not angry at him. He's just disappointed with them. He thought that if he gave him these obstacles to have to overcome, that they would succeed. But they let him down. And they pretty much say that they're going to have to make this right somehow. And then they go in a limousine and drive off. So I wonder how they're going to make that right. We're probably not going to see them for a while. So then we get Luke Harper defending the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. This actually was a pretty good match. I enjoyed this match. Dean Ambrose hit the leg drop this time instead of doing it through the rope. When he did it through the middle rope, and then he went off the top rope and hit a leg drop on Luke Harper on him. And Luke Harper just went off on Dean Ambrose. They were both crazy in this match, which made it work. It's like the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt match from last night. It's pretty much they're both crazy. And eventually Luke Harper's getting his ass kicked by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, I think, is getting ready to put him away, and he's gonna take off with his title. And Dean Ambrose dives on him, and he goes to hit the dirty deeds on him, but Luke Harper shoves him into the referee, so it causes a DQ. I believe Dean Ambrose was the one that got DQ'd since he hit the ref, but he didn't really say. Afterwards, Dean Ambrose just goes off on Luke Harper. He hits him with the chair and hits the dirty deeds on the chair, and the crowd was chanting for "We want tables," and he brings out a ladder and a table like he's going to use them. But then he gets attacked by Bray Wyatt, which I saw coming, considering the fact that him and Luke Harper used to be in the Wyatt family as long as Eric Rowan, so I thought that was awesome. And he hits his sister Abigail on the floor, throws him over the announce table, and buries him under the commentary chairs and steel chairs, and I thought that was awesome. And it's building up the match for TLC because they're having Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt are going to have a tables, ladders, and chairs match, so I thought that was awesome. And this wasn't good. We got Santino Marella and Larry the Cable Guy come out, and it was just not good because I hated Santino when he was in the WWE. I'm glad he's retired. And they pretty much, Larry the Cable Guy pretty much wants to wrestle, and he's talking about all these wrestlers that he wants to wrestle. Said he took down Macho Man, and he thinks he's talking about Macho Man Randy Savage, but he's not. And then eventually he gets interrupted by Golden Stardust, and it's all a big, it's nothing. It was nothing. So then we get the next match. It was The Miz and Damien Mizdow defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against Golden Stardust. And this was a good match. Damien Mizdow comes up with replica tag team championships now. Miz carries the real ones, and Mizdow carries the replica belts. I thought that was awesome. And In the match, everyone was chanting for Mizdow to get tagged in, and um, Miz and Stardust, I believe, hit the get a collision and they hit their face, and Miz. So then he ends up tagging Mizdow, and at first I thought it was weird. I thought Miz, because then the trainer was checking on Miz, and I thought he legit got hurt or something, but it wasn't. They were just checking on his moneymaker, and you could totally when he started like saying, "Be careful touching it," you knew it was fake. And then Mizdow pretty much takes the credit. One point I thought he was gonna actually get the victory was when he got Stardust in the figure 4 leg lock, but it didn't work. And eventually, Mizdow is pretty much doing all the damage, and Miz tags himself in. I guess it was, I don't know if it was all fake, of his injury or not. Like, I don't know if he actually was hurt storyline wise, but or if he was playing pretending. But then he gets in the win, and he gives Stardust the skull crushing finale for the win. And they all wait, and it was all fine. So I thought that was awesome. We ought to get to see Damien Mizdow wrestle this time. And then Concession Kane is at work, and the manager's telling him that she knows she has a problem. He has a problem with burning, and that you're not gonna run that stuff. You're gonna run the chips, and if anything gets stolen, it comes out of your pay. I hope this isn't a regular thing. If it's just a one-time thing, I'm fine with it. But I hope Kane can go back to being the monster, the demon Kane, and none of this corporate Kane, concession Kane stuff. I really hope not, but I have my doubts. And then Justin Gabriel fought Fandango again with Rosa Mendez. All I have to say is, Rosa Mendez, you know, she impressed me again. But it's pretty much the same match you saw last night's. I don't even think they even referenced the fact that they wrestled last night, so that was weird. But Fandango beats him with the Falcon Arrow, and then he hits the leg drop on him for the win. And yeah, I hope he wrestles somebody new. He doesn't keep wrestling Justin Gabriel. Justin Gabriel, I've talked about this before, how he's on NXT. He's nothing now. It's pretty much like this is where he's stuck at this spot that he's in. He's pretty much in jobber mode. I don't think it's too late to really push this guy in the mid-card now. They had the shot and they didn't take it. Like, at least Tyson Kidd is at least relevant, sort of, so that they can push him. So then we get on to the Big Show promo. And I didn't really get, like, why they were calling him a traitor if the team lost. I don't get it. The story, like, this is something that you should have just dropped. This could have been, Big Show's a heel now, though. He tries to get sympathy by apologizing, saying he made a mistake. He thought his job was going to be on the line. If he can go back in time to Survivor Series, he would redo everything. And then eventually he says, I don't need to be rude, but I've given you guys, like he said, like 20 years of my life, and put my body on the line, and you guys could at least throw me, I think it says a maggot or something. It was really, pretty much throw me a bone. It was that reference. And they don't accept. They boo. And then he's like, how dare you? I'm the Big Show. I'm the big guy. And if you guys were in the same shoes, I would have done it. I'm trying to apologize, made a mistake, yada, yada, yada. Eventually he says, I hear the whispers of people saying that I am a traitor, and I'm sick and tired of it. If anyone has something to say, come out and say it to my face. And at first I was thinking it's probably going to be Cena. It's going to be John Cena. And it's going to be all boring. But no, it was Eric Rowan. And I'm actually not minding his theme song. My friend Steve Ezekiel likes it as well. But I don't mind his theme song. It sounds kind of cool. I still need to listen to it a little bit more. But it's not Brie Bella's theme song bad, though. That's just, awful. But I wasn't expecting Eric Rowan to come out. That was a shock. And Big Show even was like, okay, come on. You're nothing. You're just a little guy. This is for the big people. You're not in the fit to come in the room with the Big Show. Because I think he was expecting someone like bigger to come out. Like John Cena, Sheamus, something like that. And he was like, and he even said, like, he even called him an upside down Sheamus. And because Sheamus is a ginger from the head, and he has his beard's red, so he has the ginger beard going on for him. And he even says, like, He even's like, aren't you gonna come out here with your little cat? And he just kind of goes off on him, and he even says, just walk up the ramp and save yourself some trouble. And then afterwards, he gets on the mic and says, I don't like bullies. And he takes down Big Show and he hits the big kick on him. I forget what it's called. Um, but I thought that was awesome. Eric Rowan, I'm starting to like Eric Rowan. At first, they were going to do this dumb storyline with him and Renee Young, I think they were going to do. And I knew it was going to go bad, but they took the chance with him. And now he's a face, and now he's going after the Big Show. And I don't think that's bad at all. I still don't know how his wrestling skills are, because his wrestling skills, he was awful before when he was with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper and the Wyatt family. But maybe it's because something tells me that he never really wrestled, really, too. He never really got a shot. Maybe this could be his shot. So we'll see what happens. And then Seth Rollins is backstage, and J&J security team come up, and Jamie Noble says that we could be like the next Shield, which would consist of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And Seth Rollins says no, saying that you guys are kind of nothings or something. He pretty much doesn't have faith in him. And Dolph Ziggler says that he has faith in him, and he went to his 1.4 million Twitter followers and said that and asked them to vote for them, which you really knew why, so that way it could be like a clean sweep. I thought that was good stuff though. And then we have Brie Bella with Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. Brie Bella, this was supposed to be her final day of being Nikki Bella's assistant, but it didn't even seem like that they were using that storyline. Now it seems like they're all good now. And AJ Lee comes out and says that she never kissed her way to the title, and said that she even called Brie Bella more of a skank than her sister. That was awesome. And they have the match, and she also said, let's be honest. Pretty much referencing that Brie Bella was a lesbian. That was awesome too. But they have the match. The match was actually not bad. Brie Bella kicked out of the Shining Wizard from AJ Lee, which is like her finisher, so that was good. And Nikki Bella gets involved. She pulls her arm off on the top rope, and Brie Bella rolls her up for the win. And they're acting like heels, so I think the Bellas are all good now. I don't really know, but Brie Bella still has her own theme song, so I don't really know what's going on with that. And then AJ Lee gets on the mic, and she says that there's something that you two need to know, and she's sick and tired of them cheating, that wrestling isn't sexually transmitted. I think that's what she said, and I thought that was good stuff. I don't know where it's going. It's probably going to lead to a TOC match, not a match at TOC between AJ Lee and Nikki Bella. I wouldn't complain if they did like a tables match or something, but I really wouldn't. People are saying that AJ Lee was leaving, but it doesn't look like it, because I think that she would have been gone off the show. I thought she was actually going to quit. It was okay stuff, though. This wasn't good stuff. Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya with Santino Marella and Larry the Cable Guy on commentary. I was going to put my headphones in for this match, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So I had no choice but to watch the match. And, how could Natalya even wrestle in this match? Because isn't the Bunny technically a guy? And, I don't know. Because it was like it wasn't like an intergender, but it was like a trans-mixed tag team match, which was kind of strange. Adam Rose is still treating the Bunny like crap, though. The Bunny tries to pulls Adam Rose's leg, thinks it's his Tyson Kidd, and Tyson Kidd, I think, rolled him up for the win. So they get the victory. I don't know where this is going. At least Tyson Kidd is still on the winning side. He's getting sort of views. At least he's getting on the shows. He's not like Justin Gabriel, where he's getting squashed all the time and nothing. At least he's getting on the shows. So that's good. And then we get the A New Day video package. It's now which is Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods. And now it's different. This time all three of them do it at the same time, which I think said was going to happen this week. And they all say that they were all had something when they were singles. Kofi Kingston could fly. Xavier Woods was smart, and Big E, I think, said was strong. But now that they're together, they can do all of that stuff better. They can be better superstars now. And next week, this group's going to come in, and I can't wait for this group. It looks like they're going to be faced by the way this video package is looking, though. They're dancing around and having a good time, and I hope that's not the case. I hope they take this group seriously and make them heels. I wouldn't complain about that. Have them lay out have them lay out people. I wouldn't complain about that at all. And then I think I forgot to mention this, that Kane was working earlier in the concession stand, giving people like free food, and then Ryback had come up and says he was hungry, so you could see where that was going. He goes to concession stand Kane and he asks for like a ton of food that they don't have, like tuna and stuff. He says we have 2 hot dogs, and then he just pushes the cart in front of Kane, and I don't know, it was just bad. This concession can stuff I wasn't a fan of. So yeah. So then we got John Cena and Dolph Ziggler interviewed, and they talked about how Dolph Ziggler had a ton of heart, and Sting came out and changed the fate of WWE. And it was all unexpected and stuff, and they're going to go out and take out Seth Rollins. I think that's pretty much what they said. So we got the match between Dolph Ziggler and John Cena versus Seth Rollins, and the vote was J&J's security. At least Jimmy Noble and Joey Mercury can say they main evented a Raw. Even though everyone's pretty much main evented a Raw, but they can say that I don't think they ever got the main event of Raw, and they've been in the ring with John Cena now, and they've been in the ring with Dolph Ziggler, so that's awesome. Well, actually, Dolph Ziggler, but John Cena. They got squash. It was kind of a squash because you knew who was gonna win. Seth Rollins didn't really get much hit in that much in this match, and then John Cena and Dolph Ziggler destroy Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury. Cena hits the AA, I believe it was on Jamie Noble, and gets the win. And Ziggler had hit the zigzag on Joey Mercury. And Seth Rollins wasn't having this. He was gonna walk to the back and leave, but Daniel Bryan throws him in the ring. Ziggler super kicks him, and Cena AAs him, and then we're gonna have this happy moment with yes, yes, yes. But then the Raw's general manager email thing goes off, like the alert thing. So that means we knew that the anonymous Raw general manager is gonna be running the show next week with Michael Cole, and he said his typical quote: "Ladies and gentlemen, I've received an email from the anonymous Raw general manager." And he said, and I quote. So it was kind of like the heelish Michael Cole when he would do that. It doesn't work so much now because now he's a face. So I think next week Michael Cole should just be a heel next week. I think that would work better. But that was it. Then with the alert system going off. And that was the end of the show. I wasn't that mad that Sting wasn't on the show because what would they really have him do? I do still think that Sting versus Triple H is going to happen at WrestleMania 31, but why would they start building it now? You're like 3 pay-per-views away. I can see them starting to build it up in like early next year-ish, and then they'll build it up continuously. That's still going to happen, I know for a fact, but this was a good show. It was pretty much like the fallout of Survivor Series, so don't really expect a lot. But I thought they had some good stuff with Harper and Ambrose. That was a good match. And the Wyatt attacking him afterwards. What else was good? Daniel Bryan's return. That was awesome. Getting to see the Authority for the last time was pretty awesome. Eric Rowan and Big Show face-off was awesome. And Rusev... I forgot to talk about Rusev's decision. I guess I skipped it by accident. He does recite the national anthem, and then Sergeant Slaughter came out, who had to make sure he did it. Not the national anthem, but the I pledge of allegiance to the flag. Rusev stops him, and he's gonna attack Sergeant Slaughter, and Jack Swagger came out and made the save, which I guess they're gonna reignite their feud, which I'm not gonna complain about, but it's kind of like been there, done that already. So It's kind of like that. But yeah, that was good. I didn't mind that. And concession came, and I like the tag team championship match. I like the what else did I like? Ryback, Mark Henry was just kind of there, but Daniel Bryan's return really helped this show. I liked that. So this Raw wasn't a bad Raw. It was actually a pretty easy Raw to sit through. It was actually really fast too. Like it felt, so that was good. But I thought this was good stuff, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. Because now I think next week things will be better. This was just kind of like the fallout of Survivor Series, so they wanted to kind of, you know, take some downtime, I guess, because big stuff just happened at Survivor Series. I'm not mad Stins didn't make the appearance, because what are they gonna have him really do? I mean, they can't. Would you really want to start building up the Stin Triple H feud now? Maybe like in January, Triple H will. I'll talk about that in another video, but that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna give you a crap load of videos tomorrow, so I'll be back to do that then.